Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Paul Heyman has become a household name inside and outside the ring in recent years, with the Wiseman recruiting several famous faces to his Heyman Hustle roster outside of WWE. While the Wiseman has been known to have several clients in the pro wrestling business, such as Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, many supermodels outside the industry are considered to be Heyman girls. Hannah Nicole recently took to Instagram to reveal that she was officially a Paul Heyman girl. Nicole joined Heyman back in 2022 as a member of the #HustleBootyTemptats supermodel team and has since been seen as a rising star, with several FHM covers to her name. She is both a model and a musician who has made a name for herself since partnering with Heyman. Hannah shared several images, including one featuring herself and Heyman, and one of her FHM magazine cover with the caption, "Paul Heyman Girl for Life." Paul Heyman has been the talking point on social media since this week's WWE Raw, where Seth Rollins avoided hitting him with a stomp and then made it clear that he now owed the Visionary a favor. Much like CM Punk, this might be a drawn-out story, or the Wiseman could be forced to recruit Rollins as a Heyman guy so that he could be in the same conversation as the best in the world and Roman Reigns. The WrestleMania Saturday main event appears to be one of the most anticipated matches, especially since Heyman agreed to accompany Punk to the ring and not Roman Reigns, despite the 39-year-old being his tribal chief. There are many combustible elements in this match, with Heyman's loyalty to both Punk and Reigns set to be tested. Additionally, the favor that the 59-year-old apparently owes to Seth may become a part of the match since the latter appears to be teasing something huge. Philippa is a WWE writer for Sportskeeda. She is also a mother, wrestler, dancer, former actress, and a Seth Rollins fan. She is a retired wrestler, dancer, and at one time enjoyed boxing. Philippa has tried her hand at all aspects of the wrestling business in the past, including booking, promoting, refereeing, commentating, ring announcing, and wrestling. Throughout her time in Sportskeeda, she has become known for picking up botches and sharing them. Philippa's favorite wrestler is Seth Rollins, but will allow her head to be turned by any high-flying superstar. She also once had a dream that Drake Maverick was her father. This is yet to be confirmed by the man himself. Outside of the world of spandex and screwjobs, Philippa likes to watch football, supports Stoke City, and is a huge fan of Judd Trump. It's the Monday Night Raw after a chaotic pay-per-view, and the dust still hasn't settled. Roman Reigns is nursing wounds from a rare loss. The bloodline appears fractured. Seth Rollins just narrowly retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a brutal main event. Cody Rhodes is teasing another climb up the mountain. And Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman is missing. He wasn't at ringside. He wasn't backstage. He wasn't on commentary or pacing nervously during promos. For the first time in years, the wise man was absent from his usual shadowy role beside the tribal chief, and the WWE Universe took notice. Speculation erupted online. Had Roman Reigns finally cut ties with Heyman? Was this part of a larger implosion of the bloodline? Or had Heyman, the ultimate survivor, once again seen the storm coming and jumped ship before it sank? Fans got their answer just moments before Raw went off the air, and it sent shockwaves through the entire WWE. In the final segment of Raw, the lights went out mid-match. Not unheard of, especially when a certain demonic superstar is involved. But this wasn't about mind games or fire and brimstone. This was something far colder, calculated, businesslike. A lone spotlight hit the entrance ramp. The sound of slow, methodical footsteps echoed through the arena. Then, booming through the speakers, the unmistakable voice. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman." The crowd exploded. Out stepped Heyman, dressed in a tailored black suit, holding a microphone like it was a loaded weapon. His expression was unrentable, part smirk, part warning. He stood on the stage as the audience waited with bated breath. "I have been privileged," he began, "to guide the careers of legends, to represent those destined for greatness, to create champions. But tonight," He paused, letting the anticipation build. Tonight marks a new era, not the continuation of the bloodline, not the return of the beast, but the arrival of someone who isn't next, because he's now. A new entrance theme hit, low, sinister, pulsing with raw intensity. Out walked a man no one expected, Bron Breakker. The former NXT champion had been drafted to Raw weeks earlier, but his presence had been largely kept to backstage appearances and dark matches. WWE was clearly keeping the powerhouse under wraps, until now. Heyman stepped aside, motioning toward the ring like a ringmaster unveiling a prized animal. Breakker stalked down the ramp with purpose, eyes laser-focused, teeth clenched like a predator on the hunt. The main event match in the ring, Rollins versus Baylor, came to an abrupt halt as Breakker leaped onto the apron, launched himself over the ropes, and speared both men out of their boots in a matter of seconds. No words, no catchphrases, just violence. Heyman strolled to the ring and raised Breakker's hand as the crowd erupted in a mix of cheers, gasps, and stunned silence. WWE's most legendary mouthpiece had just aligned with one of its most dangerous rising stars. At first glance, Bron Breakker doesn't fit the mold of a traditional Paul Heyman guy. He isn't an anti-hero like CM Punk or a silent monster like Brock Lesnar. He's young, explosive, and still carving out his identity. But that's exactly what makes this pairing genius. Heyman's greatest strength has always been seeing potential before anyone else. He didn't just ride coattails, he built them. He nurtured talents until they were undeniable. And in Bron, Heyman sees something the rest of the locker room should be afraid of. An unstoppable machine with the pedigree of a Steiner, the rawness of a rookie, and the potential to rewrite the future. For Bron, Heyman offers what every rising star needs: credibility, a mouthpiece, a mastermind, a man who knows how to navigate the backstage jungle and orchestrate championship opportunities with a whisper. It's a match made in championship ambition. Twitter went nuclear the moment the segment aired. At Wrestle Vibes, Paul Heyman jumping from the bloodline to Bron Breakker? Bro just fast-tracked this kid to WrestleMania. At Heel Turn Tommy, this is scary. Breakker is a beast. With Heyman, he's unstoppable. At Bossman Bailey, Roman better keep his eyes open. Heyman doesn't switch sides. He builds empires. Backstage sources, fictional for this story's context, claim that this move has been in the works for months. Heyman has been watching Bron closely, mentoring him in private, even reportedly sitting in on his promo rehearsals. Triple H, now fully in control of creative, supposedly signed off on the alliance with one note: it's time to build the next big thing. This move sends a clear message to Roman Reigns. The wise man doesn't wait around for kingdoms to crumble. He rebuilds elsewhere. It also sets up some fascinating possibilities. Imagine Roman confronting Heyman on a future SmackDown, demanding answers, only for Heyman to respond with calm defiance. I served my tribal chief with honor, but your empire was no longer expanding. It was rotting from within, and I am not in the business of mourning kingdoms. I build dynasties. Breakker versus Roman Reigns? Down the line, maybe. But for now, Heyman's focus is on gold, the World Heavyweight Championship. And with Bron Breakker bulldozing anyone in his path, it's only a matter of time. Expect Heyman to use Raw over the coming weeks to refine Breakker's image. Gone are the bark-heavy, over-the-top NXT promos. In their place, a controlled, dangerous, articulate killer molded by the best manager in the game. Imagine vignettes of Breakker training in silence. No shouting, just intensity. Shots of Heyman whispering in his ear, coaching him, sharpening his focus. A cold, calculated path to dominance. The WWE Universe should prepare itself. This isn't just a new pairing. It's a signal. The age of the tribal chief may be fading, but the era of the Breakker Beast has begun. And Paul Heyman, he's once again right where he belongs, at the helm of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, business has just picked up.